Hi, welcome to New Tool Tuesday. It's been a while since I've done one of these. I picked up a new Milwaukee Ratchet I want to talk to you guys about. This is the 2569-20. The dash 20 part isn't important, it's 2569 Ratchet. The dash 20 just means that this came with no battery. So I did a post short about this. They were doing a promo where if you bought this, you got a free 2.5 amp hour M12, the high output battery, which I've also talked about in the past. So I want to talk about this ratchet and why I think that if you're going to just buy one Milwaukee ratchet, this is the one to buy. So I personally own 3 Milwaukee ratchets. This is the standard length, standard head, small head, 3/8 ratchet, the 2457. This is the 3/8 extended high torque, which is the 2560. Now, I picked up this 2569, this is a brand new tool. I had these before this even existed, but I really think that after owning this, there is not much of a reason to own these other two. So first off, why 3/8? Why did I pick up 3/8? Well, the reason for that is the 3/8 drive is about the same physical size as the 1/4 inch. So the head on it is the same size as the 1/4 inch, or very similar size. The 1/2 inch has a larger head, so it can get into a lot more places than the 1/2 inch theoretically could when you're working in tight engine bays. Number two, this has more torque than the 1/4 inch does, even though it has the same size head. So it's the best of both worlds. Higher torque, smaller head. Also, if you're talking about the versatility of using the tool, a nice socket set that's complete, like my Tekton, they start at 6mm and they go all the way to 24mm on the 3/8. My 1/4 inch goes from like 4mm to 14, and my 1/2 inch doesn't start until 10 or 12mm. So this is going to give you the largest range of sizes that you'll commonly be using for a tool of this type. This Fuel with the extended reach has way more power than this, and it gets into a lot better places than this does. They're roughly the same size head. The overall thickness is about the same. The diameter is about the same. So realistically, this can 100% replace this in all situations. It's a little bit longer, a little bit heavier, but it can realistically replace this in all situations. Now, realistically, this is a 35 foot-pound of torque item. This is a 50 foot-pound of torque item. So obviously, this has almost twice the power this does. But I don't think that that honestly matters. And the reason I'm saying that is because you can start this by hand. So if you've got a socket on here and you put it on a bolt and that bolt is tight, you can move this by hand and you can apply something like 100 foot-pounds of force to this without having to worry about distorting or breaking the chassis. So you can easily break any bolt that you would be trying to do with a 3/8 ratchet loose by hand and then squeeze the trigger to take it out. This might have more torque, and that might be nice for certain situations where you've got a stuck fastener, but the larger head means that it doesn't have the versatility to get into tight spaces like this one does. Now, if we compare it to a standard ratchet, this is a Snap-on, it's an FH80, pretty common ratchet. And if we look at the two together, you can see the profile is just a little bit thicker on the Milwaukee than it is on the Snap-on. And you can see that the head size is about the same between the Snap-on and the Milwaukee. So realistically, it doesn't take up much more space than your average ratchet would. It's got this nice long neck, which lets you get into tight spaces, and it's really fast. It's very fast, especially using the new CP 2.5 high output batteries. I honestly think that this is the best battery pairing for this unit. You don't really need an XC that would have extended capacity, because realistically this battery lasts a long time when you're using a ratchet like this for as often as you're pulling the trigger. And the 2.5 is a high output, so that means you're going to get the maximum amount of torque out of this. So for me personally, after owning this, I am definitely selling this on eBay, and there's a good chance that this one might go too. I don't know, I'm up in the air about it. I like this ratchet, I like the power that it has, but realistically I think that this is going to replace it in about 90% of circumstances. So what I'm going to do personally is I'm going to pick this one up first every single time, and I'm going to see if there's ever a time when I actually need this guy. And if I get a couple months in and I haven't used this, it's probably going to go. So that's really it. If you watch, these go on sale from time to time. This ratchet is $250. They generally don't do a price cut. Instead, what they'll do is they'll give you a battery for free, like the CP 2.5, which is an $80 battery that I got for free along with this unit. So it saves you about 80 bucks if you were going to buy a battery anyway. I think the light is good. I think the trigger and feel is good. I like the length and I like the operation. I've been very happy with these Milwaukee ratchets. I think that they make a great choice for top engine work. If you're doing an exhaust manifold replacement, if you're trying to take valve covers off, if you're removing an intake, just doing general things inside an engine bay, this is a great tool for that. I don't really think that it's the right tool for doing, suspension work and replacing struts and, doing things like that where you would generally be using 1/2 inch or breaker bars and larger tools. But you can definitely get something started with a large ratchet and then use this to take it the rest of the way out. And like I said, you can physically put about 100 foot-pounds of force on this without having to worry about breaking the body. So that's it. Thank you for watching. I hope that you're having a great day. And there'll be a couple more New Tool Tuesdays coming up in the next Tuesday, so watch out for that. Thanks.